Yeah, Sharice and Katie, last week we told you about $40,000 the Boyd campaign and an affiliated PAC paid to a real estate company Delisha Boyd owns with her daughter. Well, now Boyd is commenting for the first time, but her answers raise a whole new set of legal concerns. New Orleans City Council candidate Delisha Boyd wouldn't comment last week when we asked about $40,000 in campaign and PAC contributions going to her own real estate company. But then she gave an interview to our partners at the Times-Picayune, confirming the campaign money was used on ads for her real estate business. Boyd told the paper, quote, "The business is Delisha Boyd Realty, so it was about marketing us," end quote. Some of the money was used on ads at RTA bus stops and on the back of buses for Delisha Boyd Real Estate.
Which would seem to meet the definition of personal use, which is prohibited by the Louisiana Campaign Finance Disclosure Act.
Attorney Stephen Gillet helped rewrite the state campaign finance laws to limit investigations by the State Ethics Board and to make it easier for candidates to follow those laws. But even he says Boyd's use of funds to market her business should be investigated. The bus ad says Delisha Delivers Results, which is the name of her campaign, but it directs to DelishaBoyd.com, which is her real estate business address.
It needs to say paid for by in the name of the campaign, and then it needs to say authorized by the candidate, Delisha Boyd. The bus ad that you've showed me doesn't have any of that on it.
So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Because it's either being used primarily for her campaign, which is required for the use of the campaign funds, but doesn't have the disclosure, or it's being used primarily for her business, which is prohibited by the campaign finance law.
Exactly. I don't see any way that this bus ad does not violate the Louisiana Campaign Finance Disclosure Act.
Boyd hired leading ethics attorneys Gray Sexton and Elijah Ardwan to review her campaign spending. Ardwan said using the tagline "Delisha delivers results" in the bus ads helps her campaign. She said they're still reviewing, but, quote, all expenditures were appropriate. We also asked Boyd about $3,000 in donations that other political committees reported sending to Boyd's campaign in 2024, but that the campaign never reported. Boyd addressed that in this new TV ad.
Let me be clear, this wasn't wrongdoing. This was an administrative error made by an outside firm not familiar with the complexities of the political game.
Ardwan said they located 4 of the 6 donations totaling $2,200 and would report those. But that still leaves 2 donations for $800.
The checks weren't cash and there's no violation.
Mm-hmm.
If the checks were cash and they went into the campaign, well, then they simply need to report it. The reporting would be late, so they may be fined for late reporting. If the cash went somewhere else, well, that creates a totally different issue.
Now, since last week, I have repeatedly asked to interview Delisha Boyd about all this, but she has declined.
David, the election's 2 days away. We see all kinds of negative campaign ads right now.
Yeah.
How is this situation different?
Well, that's important because Gambit first reported about this over 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, and we've been following up on it. Now, if we would not be reporting, unverified concerns this close to an election, but these are verified concerns that Delisha Boyd's campaign is just now responding to some of those questions, and we feel that voters have a right to get those answers before the election day.
All right, thank you for getting them for us. We appreciate it, David. Lots more to come on that, I think.